how can you foster change in a way that still provides employees with a sense of control and autonomy? And we have three options. Involve employees in decision making where possible, offer choices in how they adapt to the change. For example, different training methods, phase transition, etc., or encourage feedback and problem solving input. Three good choices, all correct choices. Which one do you like the most?
So I really think that one and three are in essence the same thing. And I like the way we word it better in three: encourage feedback and problem solving input. When change happens, no one likes to feel like change is happening to them. And that's one of the key principles in change management is at the very beginning of, rolling through these changes. Again, who are your stakeholders? Who's going to be impacted? And oftentimes I hear leadership say, well, we can't involve the employee in every decision. 100% agree, right? There has to be leaders and decision makers. And if we're in a well-organized organization, we then need people to carry out and implement that. However, if we're talking about a big change, right, where it's going to impact several processes, it's going to have an impact on the way the employees do their work, this is where I think we need to have credibility in what we're saying. And the way we get that is we go talk to the people that the process is going to impact the change. And I don't see this happening a lot. So that would be my number one thing to do is one, let's make change be proactive enough that we have time to do this. Because so often these strategic decisions, I don't see leaders having strategic time on their calendar. And suddenly we had 18 months to roll out a new process. Now we're down to 3 and we're rushing through and we're not bringing people with us. And in the end, we cost ourselves more time and productivity because we didn't get proactive on these change and solicit feedback.
And I think case in point here is most of us don't operate this way. And that means that the way that we operate and behave as leaders, we have to change first to be in front of the change. And most change that we're dealing with isn't immediate. When we look at it and we break it down and we study it, most of the change we're aware of long before we ever introduce it to the mass group of people. Now, that doesn't mean we worked on it for a very long time. Sometimes we didn't work on it until yesterday when we talked about it for the first time in a 30-minute meeting, and then we're going to problem solve it and introduce it and move on to the next problem by tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's where, we get this clash and we go, well, what happened? It's, what's happened? And we don't understand. And I think that's the idea of being able to be in front of the change.